The sun is shining, the weather is sweet, yeah. Well, the sun is shining, but the weather ain't exactly amazingly sweet, but it's still dry, so no complaining there. Had a pretty good ride Sunday. I like Sundays. If it's nice, you know, it's dry, a little bit of coldness in the air in the morning, might be a bit of mist, a bit of fog around. Out on a bike with a mate, nice little ride. And, you know, I don't know what it is, it's just, you know, you head out and everything starts off alright, and you just wonder when there's going to be the next horn incident, like, you know, some impatient motorist tooting their horn. And sometimes it doesn't happen. You go out on your bike and people are quite courteous, and it's a relaxing, stress-free ride, and obviously it's a relaxing, stress-free drive for them, you know, because no one wants confrontations or anything, do they? So anyway, yeah, we chogged on, we did a few miles and stuff, and it wasn't long till we had an impatient, intimidating driver behind that was tooting his horn. So as soon as that happens, you just think, like, why? You know? When it's safe to do so, right, motorists? And you can see ahead, not round a blind bend, with double white lines in the middle of the road, which means no overtaking, yeah? You overtake safely, you know? You don't put me at risk, you don't put other oncoming traffic on the other side of the road at risk. For what? For what are you rushing for? You're talking like seconds, really, you know? No one's really in a hurry, are they, for anything? We all end up in the same place, you know? Under the ground, yeah? You get that? The only reason that people are either in a bit of a rush for, just say they've got a pregnant person on board, pregnant woman rather, yeah? Or, you know, someone's injured, perhaps they want to get to the hospital or something like that, you know? But any other reason, pipe down, calm down, get there safely without trying to kill people, you know? Well, I guess you're not literally trying to kill people, are you, you know? But just get it up in your nut that we're all road users, you know? And I want a stress-free like cycle any day of the week, and I'm sure you want to get to A to B stress-free yourselves, you know? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, you know? Car v bicycle, you know? The cyclist is going to end up the worst, you know? It's pretty obvious, you know? And we had an incident recently where a road cyclist was racing, and they had a road race, and unfortunately was killed involving a motor vehicle. So it always ends up the same way, doesn't it? Cyclist v motor vehicle is going to end up in a bad way, you know? So chill out with it, get to A to B safely, and it'll be a stress-free drive for yourself as well, won't it? And put yourself in the cyclist position, you know. Where do you draw the line, you know? It's, you know, two grown chaps out on their bike, or two women. Well, you know, there was a little kid there or something. Would you sort of, you know, chill out a bit more then, you know? Wait back and be a bit more safe in doing so, like overtaking, you know? Same with white van drivers as well, all you white van drivers. You know, cyclists are cyclists, whether they're a kid or an adult, you know? We're very vulnerable, you're going to get injured. So stay back and then overtake when it's safe to do so, you know? I mean, again, cyclists, a lot of cyclists out there don't help themselves. They bunt and bombing all over the place, you know? Me, look over my shoulder, signal, make eye contact, let the car driver know what's up. And again, on other certain roads around here, I'll like literally try and tell the cars to stay back sometimes, you know, if I can see something coming where they can't, you know. Do they take any notice? Sometimes they do, but you still get a couple of prats away that want to overtake, don't you, you know? So sort it out here in your nut, people, before you end up dead or killing somebody. How would you feel, you know? Is this a rant? Yeah, it is a rant, really. I mean, because it's definitely a problem, isn't it? Whilst I've got a voice, am I not dead in the gutter? I'm going to say something. And a lot of these other roads around, you get on main roads now, they have a white line, like three foot from the curb, like a single white line. Then it'll end, you know. I don't really know what that's for. I'm going to have to find that out, I guess, look in the highway code or something. But don't people agree that that should be pretty much all over the whole UK on all roads, you know, kind of help separate the traffic from the cyclists, you know. And you've got grass verges everywhere for starters, which need, like, you know, constant grooming and cutting, don't they? There's plenty of room or scope there to make a cycle lane. And things they can do, like they've done in the States, they call it road dieting, you know? So where you've got like a 2-lane traffic, you do away with one lane, make that a cycle lane, and then just one driving lane, you know? Simple. And again, for all these cycle lanes that are everywhere, they're not really practical, are they, you know? You get on a cycle lane, some of them near supermarkets or whatever, or yeah, out of town supermarkets, and that are probably okay if you want to, you know, get your shopping from back. You know, obviously I want to be on the road. You know, that's what I cycle on, the road. It's more convenient for me to cycle on the road. You know, I'm not a commuter cyclist. But yeah, back to these lanes. You know, they just end in stupid places. You know, or there'd be like a road sign in the way. You know, and barriers and stuff, and then you get shuffled round to another road where you got to stop and you got to look left and look right, and then you got to cross there. You know. And then you get onto the other side, and then especially if you're on a roundabout, and again you have to be careful where, you know, it's hopeless, hopeless. I could design better cycle lanes than that. It's pathetic. Like in Colorado, yeah, you got like especially up in the mountains, you got these beautiful cycle paths that go on for miles, you know, from like Breckenridge all the way to like to Vale. You share it with like dog walkers, pedestrians. Plenty of room for everybody to enjoy it, you know, and you can still chug along at a fair speed. So UK, Great Britain, where are we going, like, you know, we're behind, you know, behind. I mean, I don't mind cycling on some roads, but if there was something like that over, like, you know, the whole of the country, I mean, what a great thing, you know. I know Sustrans have done certain things, but I still think it's not enough, and we're just very behind as a nation, really. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could cycle, like, you know, from the southwest all the way up to London virtually on, you know, segregated cycle like paths and that, you know. I mean, obviously you've got to share some quiet roads and that, whatever, but that would just be amazing, you know. I always wondered like that, you know, alongside motorways, you know, like obviously not on the motorway, but like down and on the side somewhere, like, you know, like a separate cycle path, you know, obviously the big hefty barrier, you know, but I mean, it might be amazing, like a double barrier or something, and you got like the the hard shoulder, you know, and then way over from that you got like that'd be amazing, like a cycle path. I don't know, it's just ideas. The road dieting's definitely a good thing, you know, and I guess it would people might get fed up waiting in traffic in single file traffic, then perhaps it encourages them to get more active and get a bike. But the amount of people around here cycling on the pavements, you know, just ridiculous. You get people with like those kiddie trailers and everything, you know. I mean, you're telling me they wouldn't be safe in the road. I mean, more bikes on the road makes it safer for everybody, you know, because cars, you know, they get more used to it, you know. Less bikes on the road, then it's like, you know, oh, what's that? It's a, you know, that is it. Driving a car is part of sharing it with everybody else and every other road user, you know, whether you're in a mobility scooter, on a bike, a tricycle, a recumbent, or whatever, you know. Can't everybody get along in safety? No, obviously not, you know. So you just got to have eyes in your back of your head, cyclists, and be pretty careful out there, you know. There's people out there who're driving, they've probably got poor sight, you know, they're tired. It's just amazing the sort of zombies we've got to deal with, you know. You know, your life's in their hands every time you go out, really. So don't be afraid to take the lane or the road, signal well in, you know, advance to give drivers a chance. Especially if there's 2, 3 more of you, you can take up the road a bit more. But yeah, hands out signals, eye contact. That's the best you can do. You know, I'm going this way, you know. I'm not asking for permission from the driver. I'm telling you, you know. I'm going right, I'm going left, all right? Simple as that. Ride safely. Oh, any, you know, comments down below of your experiences or how you would like to see the roads wherever you are in the world, I guess. And what are your cycle paths like, etc., etc., whether in America, UK, Australia, Thailand, wherever. Comment down below. Please like, dislike this video or subscribe. Cheerio!